I like Game of Thrones. In fact, I really like it a lot. But when there are moments I don't like, the problems become more noticeable because of how good the production of the show is. Everything technically is brilliantly made. Lighting, camera work, and acting is always fantastic, but sometimes the story is not. That's what I'll be focusing on in this video, as I'll explain everything, good and bad plot-wise. This is my review of Game of Thrones Season 7. This is a new series of videos I'll be showing on this channel, where I review not only movies, but maybe TV shows, anything interesting. I'll be concluding in spoilers, in detailed analyzations, everything you expect or know, and maybe different elements you didn't expect. So what better way to start from the very beginning? I had problems from the introduction of the cold open. We've already seen Arya kill the Freys, so why bother repeating the scene basically except in different contexts? But the theme song gets me excited for what's to come. But what's to come isn't that exciting. From the very first episode, we were shown pointless scenes like Sam's disgusting montage and an Ed Sheeran cameo. Cersei is by far the most interesting subplot, as we were introduced by her planning her next move, hovering over the floor map. Why couldn't the episode start with Khaleesi returning home and saying,
"Shall we begin?"
Not end with it? That's a nice new character growth and an engaging scene. This season, as you'll see from further examples, just leaves us with more teasing rather than conclusion. Episode 2 doesn't help at all, as it is one of the worst episodes I've ever seen in the series. Good teases, accused for bad execution. Everything just feels wasteful and boring. Again, why couldn't Arya start at the wall? Her journey half the season is tedious. They've set up so much but don't bother to pay everything off. There's an unnecessary sex scene, bad dialogue, and match cuts galore. The pretentious style this serves is only to annoy the audience. The biggest disappointment is ending with a quick cut sea battle and Theon reverting back to his old self. It could have been an excellent tease if he went at the attacker, cut to black, and next episode say why he couldn't save her. Episode 3 tricks me into liking the flow, but again, it's just wrong. Jon meets Khaleesi. Yes, that is great, but it's a broken record. Bend the knee? No. Okay, how about now? The stakes are not high enough. This isn't the only repetitive sequence, and it also doesn't help what Bran says.
And you were so beautiful. In your white wedding dress.
Really, writers? I get that he is a three-eyed raven, but a character cannot be likable and loses any compassion when they say their sister looked beautiful the day she was raped. The cop-out ending isn't good either. They have interesting enough ideas, but bad executions. Since Jaime doesn't act on the bad news, nothing happens. How cool would it have been if we discovered information? I was losing hope in this season, but the next few episodes were actually a pleasant surprise. Finally, the story moved. Arya comes home, there's knowledge of cave drawings, and there's a great training scene. I suddenly cared about every subplot, choices, and writing. The awesome ending was quite awesome and had a roller coaster of a tease. Next episode continues the character actions as Khaleesi burns her victims and becomes different, which is a good thing. Jon then reenacts how to train a dragon, and the discussions carry weight and promise. Sam leaves a thing he didn't want to do, which should have been placed from the beginning, but one can only hope. The Littlefinger moments are sneaky and clever, and the real Magnificent Seven Suicide Squad crossovers are welcoming. Episode 6 is cinematically amazing. The intense battle is honestly better than the wall battle in Season 5. I still think Battle of the Bastards is longer and more intricate, but everything presented here is not only cool, but showcasing story and character. The zombie polar bear introduces us to the madness of the walkers. I love the idea of circle encounter, and because of a realistic character decision, the fight is on. However, since that takes up most of the episodes, the Sansa Arya mask story is more interesting than plays out. Fans' theories were more developed than here. Ice-Ice Dragon then plays out as expected, but positively received. Then, the finale. I was hugely disappointed. I began at 6 o'clock on the dot Sunday night, and my excitement wore off in the first few minutes. This is the longest episode, but for what reason? Nothing happens. Yes, scenarios are presented, but there are no stakes whatsoever. The huge tease of the council meeting was a waste. I much prefer the small, quiet, intimate reunions from certain characters. Maybe because Brienne is one of my favorite characters? We were not promised any action, but at least make the danger feel present. We should have solved Theon's story. Have him discover his bravery on his own and rescue his sister and maybe die trying. Now it's just uncompelling. Haha, I get it. The guy with no balls has the biggest balls out of everyone in the room. Or the beach. Littlefinger dies, but the scene began weird to start with. I never thought Sansa would kill her own family. Banish, sure. You? Swipe? This season alludes to theories rather than carry good structure. We should learn or discover Cersei is pregnant. Not a random backstory history of an Anakin Padme reveal we already knew. I didn't like Season 6's finale, but at least the stakes changed and each scene moved. Here it just doesn't. The whole John Khaleesi relationship was built up to finally just being weird. I like the chemistry, I believe it, but having Bronn narrate over an intimate moment threw the tone off. Everything looks cool, but the story cannot rely on continuation. The wall attack is just meh. We've seen the walkers attack the wall in Season 2 finale, but as always, it's twice the action now with the dragon. We knew it was going to breathe ice. Visual effects are great and all, but the story was already predicted even before showing him. It either moves too fast or not fast enough. A 3 to 4 like to dislike ratio is not a good one, and that's why I cannot say I enjoyed the season. Good, yes, but not good enough. I love Game of Thrones when it's good, but when it's bad, you can't just help not liking it. My favorite seasons from best to worst are as follows. Season 3, 4, 1, 5, 7, 6, 2. And as you can tell, Season 7 is on the bottom half, which it shouldn't be because of how intricate and interesting it may seem, but again, nothing really happens or too much is happening. I know they're going off the books, but please, can we have at least some good story elements? Not just fascinating action here and there. So that's what I thought. I know it may be different than a lot of people's opinions, but I honestly would give this season a B-. 4, 5, and 6, mainly 6. I thought those were great episodes, but 1, 2, 3, and 7 were just off. Thanks for watching.